When the war ended and soldiers were being demobilized and returning back into civilian life, anti-Semitism became much more apparent, and it became in public. It was visible by having public meetings, demonstrations. And so these people, these ex-servicemen, many of whom were highly decorated, found that they were not getting any support from what I call the legal or their obvious organizations. So they formed themselves into a band of people to go out and take the fight to the enemy. And this is one of the things that the 43 group is known by and should be known in the future, and it should be chronicled. So all our kids and our children and our children's children know this and learn that you do not wait to be attacked. You take the fight of the enemy and attack those before they attack you.
We did find ourselves in a very tricky situation, sometimes outnumbered. When I was at one of the instruction meetings held by the 43 group, we were told that there's a way of defending yourself with a newspaper. And while I don't particularly want to demonstrate it on film, the fact is it's a large-sized newspaper. You fold it over at the centre point like that, and if somebody came to attack you with a weapon, you could hit them with this. If you struck the blow in the right place, you could do them a lot of damage. So it was a weapon of self-defence, no more than that. We were in a very difficult period in the 47, 48, 49 when I was in the group. Those days the police probably didn't know what it was. But we knew what it was because boys had been active and were taught how to defend themselves. We were asked to defend a meeting, a left-wing orientated meeting at York Hall, Bethnal Green. I got there with 60 or 70 of us, and we covered the doors and the gangways in the hall. There was no trouble in the meeting. Ended about 9:30, and we were going to amble our way down towards Mile End Gate, which is to pick up a train or bus, whatever. And suddenly we were confronted by about 120 or 100 or so Mosley supporters. One guy was carrying a Union Jack, and one of our boys hurt him. His face was cut and covered with blood. But I found myself on top of somebody. I was about 17 at the time. And I was hitting them, which I assumed was one of the Mosley mob, because I was in the front. I was pushed to the front. Anyway, suddenly it was a police sergeant, a burly guy, and he grabbed hold of my arm. I was hitting this guy who was lying in the road. And Sergeant said words to the effect, "You're Nick, son up, you're coming with me." Behind me, out of the blue or out of the black, came Reggie Morris in a white military-style raincoat. He was a very striking guy and tall and big. And he took out a card from his pocket, which I didn't see and the sergeant didn't see it, and said, "Sergeant, I'll take this man on a special branch." And the sergeant said, "Very well, sir," and he let me go. And then Reggie Morris said to me, Foxtrot Oscar. Clear off, he says, and get home.
Well, Mo's departure in later years, he was suffering a lot from phlebitis, and he used to attend these meetings. And somebody worked out a strategy whereby he had a home in Paris, and he could be persuaded to leave the country if he was well enough. So at one particular incident, an effort was made to, inverted commas, attack him, not physically to his body, but somehow to kick his legs and make his phlebitis so bad that he in fact left England and never came back, which he did.
Are you proud of that?
Oh yes, anything you do to deter people from doing nasty things they want to do was a good thing. You cannot prevent 50 people, 50 postmen or 50 dustmen having anti-Semitic thoughts. But you can prevent 50 dustmen forming an anti-Semitic dustmen's association. And this was, I think, our main intention in those days.